Lather up, lads. Welcome to the ultimate guide for today's man, who wants to make sure he's not making corporations rich by smearing girly products on his body. A real man's guide to getting clean without frilling it up. We want straightforward cleanliness. Right then, gents, gather round. We need to get back to basics and rediscover the power of the humble bar of soap. I'm going to tell you why real men, like you and me, should steer clear of that brightly coloured, overly fragrant concoction known as body wash. We're talking about using proper soap here, the kind your granddad used, the kind that gets the job done without any unnecessary soy, daisies, or quiche additives. Have you ever found yourself standing in the supermarket aisle, bewildered by a wall of brightly coloured bottles promising to make you smell like a tropical rainforest or a freshly baked cookie? That's because you're standing on the wrong aisle, looking at the wrong stuff. Move over an aisle. There. We need soap that a woman would never think about buying. Men want something straightforward, effective, and reliable. Consider the men of the 1940s. They couldn't play around with perfume. They were too busy fighting World War II, wiping out dastardly enemies all over the world, and inventing atomic bombs. Even in the 1950s, men had still not gone hippy-dippy and put flowers in their hair. We admit Ward Cleaver wore a really fancy shirt with a crest on the weekend and never got his hands dirty, but he still had a lot of manly virtues. Mainly being a good father and whipping some ass whenever Beaver mouthed off to Miss Landers. But you can bet your britches Ward never soaked himself with June's body wash after an important golf game. Let's talk about soy, shall we? Soy is not for the modern boy. You heard that right. The same soybeans in your girlfriend's tofu have now been snuck into the body wash they are pushing you to buy. Soy is something real men certainly don't need. Of course, soybean oil is versatile. You can fry up your lamb or bull gonads in it, but that's as close as you want to get to soy products. Soy is everywhere these days, and I'm not going to say it's a plot, but you don't want any in your bathroom or in your soap. Now I may try my best to hack down a tofu stir-fry if my chick fires that up for dinner, because I still have to live someplace. But when it comes to what you're voluntarily lathering on your skin, it's time to draw the line. Some of these body washes are packed with the stuff. Soy is being marketed as a miracle ingredient, but is it actually what a real man needs? Look, I'm not saying soy is going to turn you into a delicate flower overnight, but do you really want to take that chance? Your skin deserves better. A real man's soap should be as tough as he is, rugged and reliable. Choose bar soap that is going to make your skin as hard as nails, not fluff it up. It should stand up to the elements just like you do. And it should be made with the kind of ingredients: copper, sulfur, uranium, that hardcore working stiffs dig out of mine shafts in the Mojave Desert. For centuries, men used lye soap to get clean. Good old lye soap, the original body wash. Vikings, gladiators, cowboys, invaders, potentates, bounty hunters, gunslingers, warmongers, and Al Capone all used it. They all relied on the simple power of lye soap. And let's be honest, all those blokes knew a thing or two about being manly. They weren't worried about smelling like a bouquet of roses. They were too busy conquering lands, fighting bears, sticking it to the man, and reproducing. Lye soap is as straightforward as it gets. No fancy perfumes, no complicated formulas, just good old-fashioned cleaning power. If you don't have a giant iron kettle on hand, or you can't get your woman to cook you up a steaming batch, just try some regular bar soap. It's still on the shelves if you look really hard. Just search way down at the very bottom of the shelf, and if you don't start buying it, you won't see it much longer. A bar of Zest or Lifebuoy lasts for ages and doesn't cost an arm and a leg. It's the economical choice, and let's be honest, a real man knows how to stretch a buck. Just make sure you don't buy any soap with a ribbon on it. Tell your woman that your objective is to save the earth. She might buy it. Bar soap is an environmental marvel. It's wrapped in a tiny bit of paper that decomposes easily. Make her feel guilty that she uses $15 body wash that comes in a big planet-killing plastic bottle with a plastic pump. The same pump that a baby seal will eventually get lodged up his nose. She might get the message and switch too. Roses are red, violets are blue. Real men don't smell like a flower bouquet. Do you? And what's with all these crazy scents? Ocean breeze, midnight romance. Who are these marketing geniuses who come up with this stuff? Look, I enjoy a good walk on the beach as much as the next bloke, but I don't need to smell like I just went for a swim in the East River, fully clothed. Kramer already did that. A real man's scent should be subtle like leather, freshly chopped logs, or engine oil, not a tropical fruit basket. The ladies will thank you. Now let's talk about value for money. You know those massive bottles of body wash that promise to last for months? Well, here's a secret. Bar soap is concentrated. Body wash is 99% water. That's right. You're paying a premium for glorious water. You're participating in a corporate racket that ships jugs of water all across the land. On the other hand, I do have to admit that all that big rig shipping keeps those He-Man Teamsters making those bucks. Nevertheless, so there you have it, lads. Get comfortable in your manly skin. Embrace the simplicity and tradition of bar soap. Ditch the overpriced, over-scented body wash. It's not really a product designed for you. It's not just about saving money. It's about returning to your role as a real man. It's what your granddad used, and it served him well. He didn't need a dozen different products to clean up his ding-dong. This bar soap tradition has been passed down through generations, standing the test of time. From the time the Spaniards laid waste to the Aztecs to the hard-working computer nerds of today, manly bar soap has been our constant companion. And don't ever let your wife talk you into using that body wash she didn't like just because it had too much sandalwood in it. Your manly hide, my friends, deserves a good, honest scrub with a non-scented bar of soap. Now, if you will excuse me, I have a date with a bar of soap and a power washer.